on this episode of Would You Rather. We were talking about, would you rather have a knife as a hand, no wrist movement, keep in mind, or a spoon as a hand? There is nothing more terrifying than getting your eye gouged out with a spoon. That is the ultimate threat. Forget, global warming, all this stuff. I lay awake at night worried that someone's going to come in the middle of the night and try and gouge my eye out with a spoon. It's a terrifying idea. He's going to say, you can sit there and jab people with it all day, but keep in mind it's a butter knife. You're not going to be able to pierce the skin with a butter knife unless somebody's stupid enough to let you sit there for 20 seconds as you're rubbing back and forth with a knife very forcefully. Nobody's going to sit there and take that. He'll get the crap beat out of him. Sneak attack with a spoon? Nobody's expecting that. And what does a knife do anyway? Cuts things. So he can butter his roll and cut up his, or attempt to cut up his steak. It's a butter knife after all. But with a spoon, I can eat peas, I can eat corn, I can eat my broccoli. I'm lying. I could eat ice cream. The spoon comes in handy. The knife, no chance.
You really lie awake at night in fear that someone is going to gouge your eye out with a spoon?
For the sake of the argument, yes.
For the sake of argument, you are a moron. You should be taken out back and stabbed with a butter knife. It is possible to stab someone with a butter knife. It's just really, really tricky. Okay? It's a very dull implement. No, that's just getting off the point. Listen, a butter knife is handy for more than just buttering things and taking 2 hours to saw through a piece of steak. You can use it to pry things open. You can use it as a little mirror to signal if you're lost in the woods. And his idea of sneak attacking somebody from behind, it's just
I didn't say behind. Nobody's just expecting a spoon coming at them, but they're just thinking, oh, open wide. Instead, I go for their eye and gouge it out.
How often are you approaching people with a spoon and saying open wide? No. Your argument is flawed on so many levels.
You're walking through airport security, and they see a knife. They say, you're going to have to remove that knife. Say, no, it's attached to me. They are going to tackle you and strip search you and prod you. You are going to get banned by the FAA from ever flying again because you tried to bring a weapon on the flight. A spoon, they're going to be like, oh, you can go ahead. Just go on. It's a spoon. It's no harm. And then what he uses the idea of the flashing in the desert. You can do that with a spoon, and guess what? It can be used as a mirror perfectly. Have you ever seen the movie Zoolander? That's how he got his start, by looking at himself in a spoon and saying, you know what, you're really ridiculously good looking. That's a self-esteem booster. Spoons equal self-esteem booster.
You're really not getting anything through airport security. If I'm getting strip searched and anally probed because I have a knife for a hand, same thing is going to happen for you. And you will single-handedly ruin any sort of plastic cutlery for everybody else. They're not going to let you bring anything on. You will be eating your kosher meal with your hands like an animal. So therefore, Mr. I've got a spoon on my hand wants to revert us back to a time before fire. And really, a spoon makes a hell of a mirror. It really does. If you want to see yourself in a fisheye view, how big could my nose possibly be? Ridiculously huge. Awesome.
It is extremely impractical to have a knife hand. A spoon hand is soft and gentle, and it won't hurt you unless you forcefully gouge your eye out with it. A spoon is more useful in everyday, real-world applications.
Knife is the more utilitarian thing. It's one of those, you can find a use for it in any situation, especially in survival situations. I'm not kidding. You ever watch Survivor Man? Dude always has a knife with him. He uses it to do things. He makes crap out of things with it. It's insane. First thing he always tried to do, make a bladed thing. Is a spoon bladed? No, it's a spoon. So, in the end, you want knife hand.